All right, so this is recovery. I'm coming home from my workout. This is something like cheaper that my father got me that I'm using now that tastes decent because I'm not into the super sweet stuff that I'm using for recovery. I don't do pre-workout at all. I have something that I eat for pre-workout that works for me, and I drink a little bit of water that I actually stomach because of hydration rationing and things like that in the field if I'm in the military, and this also just works for me. So, handy dandy, I'm not sure what I did with some of my stuff. It's like missing in action. We'll just use this. I mean, I can get pretty creative. So right now, I use coconut water normally, which is available at most grocery stores and is a little bit better. Because what I worry about is more glucose than fructose. And glucose is basically sugar that doesn't need to be processed by your renal system. So glucose can go directly to your cells to feed your cells, to regenerate your muscles, and produce things like amino acids when you eat a protein. So that's what this is it's a combination of basically like gasoline or like energy for the cells to respirate or work, and then protein to actually, whoa, that was crazy, to like rebuild the muscles. So I'm gonna put this in real quick. I use an organic pea protein for a while, and it had stevia in it, which I wasn't crazy about, but I'd rather have than some other sweeteners. I'm all natural, completely all natural. I don't use any additives, pre-workouts, any crazy stuff like that. I'm just not a fan of putting that stuff into my body. My diet is mostly gluten-free, but I use some wheat glutens for quick release energy. I also eat fructose for quick release energy, and I've done kind of 2 special forces training, getting ready to being willing to serve, and then actually trying to enlist and going through the process of enlisting in the Army. The first was last fall, and I did it for 2 months and operated on less than 4 hours of sleep for 2 months, and it was mostly cerebral because I got a 3.94 in college, and I sped read at a minute a page, like 7 days a week in design programming stuff. And then I was learning karate and was going on runs and hikes and things like that, kind of less amount of time than I was studying. And then the last 3 months I put myself or done through sniper school. I did sniper school and a lot of shooting, injured shooting, and I earned a black belt, and I was training for MMA. So kind of athletics was my primary thing. And then I was doing writing, published writing, and kind of studying Russian history and some other things kind of on the side. So it was kind of super cerebral, in that type of scenario, and then super kind of athletic. So when I do stuff like that, I worry about both how to feed my mind for thinking as well as my body. So long story short, I found fructose more effective for quick release energy, for neural response and things like that. But each person's body is unique, and this is glucose, and it's better because your liver doesn't have to, your renal system doesn't have to break it down, turn it into whatever, and then turn it then into glucose for your body to process. So glucose better than fructose. So what I added was maple syrup, but coconut water is, I believe, more expensive but more efficient if you're building muscle or training. But I'm a Vermonter, and this is what I use with my Morgan horse. It works just fine. So I'm gonna drink this, and then I'm gonna run through the shower. And I also have a pretty complex routine, and again, it's for each individual where you're at in your exercise and what you're trying to do. But I use hot and cold, warm and cold, just in the shower without fancy ice baths or things like that, or even going for walks in the winter time when I don't feel like doing a cold shower after a workout or something, if I'm strength building with exercises, in order to kind of ice muscles to recover. And then I also kind of heat to increase cardiovascular health, as well as kind of dilation in muscles, in order to kind of make muscles looser and stuff like that before I stretch out, or if I'm kind of tight before a workout. And then self-massaging and kind of learning how to shake stuff out and things like that. But yeah, I mean, that's stuff that I do in order to maintain the shape that I'm in, and what I had to do to get the shape that I'm in. And it's all individualized, just like I'm working with my kickboxing partner, friend, whatever now. We work on her kickboxing with my Shotokan, Okami Shotokan on top of it. so she can maybe do MMA if that's what she wants. And that's my thing when I train with people, as I train in Kumite. So you're going to know your own strength. You're going to know if I hit Kyle any harder than this, I'm going to break his bone, and he's not okay with that. So you're going to know how to punch when it comes to defending yourself or bare knuckle fighting. And you're going to know how to fight under control in the mixed martial arts ring when it comes to concussions and things like that. And then hopefully you'll be prepared sparring-wise to fight people like that as well, or defend yourself. That's why I train the way that I train. And it's all based around developing a unique fighting style that makes you the best you can be.